Good morning. We are the New York Giants Preservation Society. With the Giants in town to face the Yankees for opening day, which unfortunately they lost yesterday, we decided the day before on Wednesday to conduct a Polo Ground area tour. And today I'm going to show you some pictures and I guess narrate for you describing what exactly is down there to see regarding where the New York Giants used to play. So I am going to share my screen and get my photos here for you, and then we will discuss them. Our group first met at the BUSHMAN steps. This is on Edgecombe Avenue and 157th Street. At one point, these steps led down to the brush stairway. People would get off the train, come down these steps, and then go to the brush stairway, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But this and the brush stairway are really the only two parts of the Polo Grounds that are still in working order, so to speak. Our group was led by Peter LASKOWICH. Peter is a historian, lecturer, tour guide. He knows everything about New York City and was wonderful. The tour lasted about 2 hours. Peter has his own website, and he is available for tours, but he did just a magnificent job. We had about 20 members of the New York Giants Preservation Society on hand on Wednesday. Here is Peter at the steps, giving instructions on what we were going to be seeing and doing. He also did a great job explaining the whole area as far as the formation of the rocks and why the Giants played at the Polo Grounds with Manhattan schist, it's called, which was very hard foundation, and that's what Manhattan Island is on, and that's where the Giants played. Just very, very interesting for you historians of not only Polo Ground area, but New York City itself. Here are some of our members, and in the middle, you see the Hall of Fame broadcaster John Miller joined us. Evan Weback from the San Jose Mercury paper in San Francisco is up there also. He's a very good young reporter for that paper who covers the Giants. Now the picture of group. There's John Miller again, sporting his Yomiuri Giant hat. John, besides being a wonderful announcer, is, as you all know, a great historian of the game. A little down the road, a block actually, between 157th Street and 158th Street on Edgecombe, is this building called 515 Edgecombe. Here's building. And here at the rooftop in 1950, on July 4th, a young kid took out a gun, who was fooling around, and he shot it across and down into Coogan's Bluff. And somehow it killed somebody in the Polo Grounds. A very, very, very far shot. The man died. One of our members, Dan Vandemortel, wrote a really good report on this. And if anybody's interested, they should get in touch with me, and I will set you up so you could at least watch it on a YouTube video, maybe even talk to Dan. So. In between 157 and 158 on Edgecombe is the John T. Brush Stairway. This is really a really great structure. People used to walk down the steps to go across the street and go to the ticket booth to go into the Polo Grounds at the time. It was in disarray. All the teams that played there donated some money, and it was restored in the teens. Stacy Slaughter came, did a dedication at the time. I was happy to be there for that. It was a really nice event, and it helps the neighborhood, and it also restores history. There you see the inscription, the John T. Brush Stairway, presented by the New York Giants. Brush was the owner back then. He died, and this is a tribute to him, the Brush Stairway. And there you see a great shot of it from above. A little closer up, another shot of it. Here are our members talking, and Peter giving instructions on what they're singing. This is from the bottom at the what's now known as Willie Mays Drive, or the Harlem River Driveway. Peter again talking about the area that we're at. This picture is a few years old. There was a sign at the bottom of the stairs that said John T. Brush Stairway. For some reason it's not there anymore, but when it was rededicated, this sign was there, and I don't know why it's not there anymore. And I took the liberties to put our banner there to make us look like we were important. As we go up the Harlem River Driveway, heading south, just a quick little walk, right by the stairs, we see Willie Mays Drive. This was renamed a few years back. Mario Alioto of the Giants was there for the ceremony, along with Willie Mays' son, Michael Mays. And there's a picture of the sign next to the traffic light. If you look further past it, that is there's a bridge that's going to take you to Yankee Stadium and the Bronx. Crossing the street is Willie Mays Place, also known as St. Nicholas Place. And it was named for Willie Mays because this is the famed apartment building that you always see him playing stickball at with the young kids in the neighborhood and buying them ice cream. And there is the apartment. It is 80 St. Nicholas Place, or 80 Willie Mays Place. And this would have been where he lived, in this apartment here. And he would play stickball and then make a right turn and walk to the Polo grounds. It was so close. It was a block and a half away. There's a close-up of it. Here is Peter discussing it with some of our members. Here is Peter showing the windows in the picture, matching up to these windows up here. Not much has changed in all that time. Here is a picture of Ron Harvin. Ron lives in the Polo Ground Towers. He's a big Willie Mays fan, and we could see him wearing a Minneapolis Millers jersey, and he has a stickball bat. I wonder what he's going to be doing with that. And there he is with John Miller and Evan. They're recreating what they might have seen way back, in the 50s. Ron pretending to be Willie Mays. Nice close-up. And one more. I think if you hit like 3 or 4 sewer covers, it was a home run. We next made it to the Madison Boys and Girls Club, which is located at 250 Bradhurst Avenue. It is right underneath the bridge. You have to walk down to get to where the stadium was, and this is right across the street. We had a wonderful time there. Jason Garcia works there, and he gave us a tour of an art exhibit, explain the art exhibit, and you could see it here. This art exhibit shows the growth of the Polo Grounds from when they played polo to it being a stadium to Willie Mays, and then eventually becoming the Polo Ground Towers. If you happen to go here, you should call and ask permission first. We walked in with 20 people, but I had originally called, so it was all wonderful. There you could see a close-up of the mural And this is all done by kids. Most of the kids didn't know anything about this, so they learned, which is so important. And there were no directions. They were told what they might possibly think about doing, and they did it. And it really is a work of art, and the kids should be proud. And then we see the giant banner. Another close-up of this work of art. And there we see Willie. After we left, we then went to 8th Avenue, a block down. We made a left, and this is in the Polo Ground Towers, building number 1. This is an outside mural, and we could see Willie Mays here. Here he is at bat, and here are the Polo Grounds. This was done also in the teens, the late teens, and I was there for this. It's gorgeous. It's a work of art, and people should take pride in this being on their building because it is beautiful. There's a close-up, another close-up, another close-up. All 3 of them at once from a different angle. We also saw a lot of different, the Polo Ground Towers changed their signage a few years back, and it reflects the Giants. It's now orange and black. It was brown at some points, some of the signs were, but now they are orange and black, and they really look good. This was an old sign on the bottom of the fence that I just happened to see. Welcome to Polo Ground Towers, property of New York City Housing Authority. They may not even remember that's there because they have so many other signs in the area. Here we see one of them, the Polo Ground Towers, and you can see a nice new sign, and it is in Giants color, black and orange. Another great new sign, welcome to Polo Grounds Tower, New York City Housing Authority. And we see here, Giants, New York, former home of the New York baseball Giants. Another sign, Polo Ground Towers. Here is a sign. It's very sun bleached, and I'll read it to you on the next one. It is in desperate need of repair, and hopefully somebody can do something about it. We spoke to the people at the Housing Authority, and maybe they'll do something about it. Welcome to the Polo Ground Towers. This development was built on the location that Willie Mays and the Giants made famous. Let's keep it beautiful. After that, we went into the housing office, and they have a collection of some great pictures. And here is Willie Mays, and I don't know the man on the left, but the man on the right is the former Mayor Lindsay. And when the initial home plate marker was dedicated, Willie was there with the mayor. And beautiful piece of history right there. Here's some other pictures in the office, again with Mayor Lindsay. I don't know who the other people are, I'm sorry. They had this up at one point, Mays Field, with a fence, no longer there. But the picture is there, I wanted to show you that. Here is that same home plate marker. As you can see, the years have not been good to it. It is in bad shape. And again, we notified the housing department asking if something could be done, whether that be donations, whether they just replace the sign, refinish it, do something. It's a piece of history, and it deserves to be maintained better. Here's another 2,999 at $29.99. The entrance over here again in giant colors. Another close-up of the marker. Here we see Ron and John Miller in front of the marker. Again, John Miller. It was so nice of him to join us on our trek. Excuse me a second. He, of course, is doing the games back home to San Francisco from Yankee Stadium. There we see John and his wife and one of our wonderful members, Harvey Weinberg. And there's yours truly, again with the Millers. Love that picture. Here we have Ron and some of the other members of our group. It was just a great event. Weather was beautiful. We loved it. And here is our final shot, a nice group photo. Here's our banner. Here's the marker, and here is many of our members. Again, if you're a history buff and a New York Giant history buff, this is a wonderful tour to take. I highly recommend that you contact Peter LASKOWICH. I hope I filled in for him admirably. I'm not a tour guide, but I was able to take these pictures and at least explain what we were doing. Peter is so much more thorough and knowledgeable of that area than yours truly. But you should either contact Peter or do the tour yourself. You now have all the stops. We went every stop that we could think of. We visited, and it's not a far walk. You know, it's called Coogan's Bluff for a reason. There is, you know, getting down from Edgecombe down the Brush Stairway is quite a walk. It's not horrible, but it's steep. And then going from Willie Mays Drive down to where the towers are is an even steeper walk. But other than that, it's fine. And on a nice day, you know, it's very, very pleasant. Again, our tour took about 2 hours. It depends on, you know, if you're going to make stops or whatever it is you want to do. But for now, that is it. If you have any comments or questions, you know where to reach me. Have a great holiday week coming up for everybody who's celebrating Passover and Easter. Take good care and go Giants.